Connell is picking up the pieces after their second largest employer, Weston, suddenly shut down its facility. Hundreds of people lost jobs and the city lost a chunk of revenue. Now the company is looking to level the property. We'll get you up to speed as the city also looks to replace what it lost. And a major expansion at the Children's Village in Yakima Valley is almost done. In the works for 5 years now. Their goal is to bring services closer than Seattle. We'll hear from officials who say this expansion will help kids thrive. We'll have that story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Thursday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, in the world of weather, we're still dealing with some of that fog kind of conditions. Is it as bad as we saw recently in the last couple of days, or is it just as spotty?
Well, the fog is not as bad necessarily, but we are watching for that chance of maybe some wintry precipitation in the form of snow showers or freezing rain this morning. In fact, in Yakima, I know that we've already seen some light snow showers pass through the area, and we are going to be looking at some light snow shower opportunities throughout the course of the morning. By the later morning hours, we will see a transition to primarily just kind of regular rainfall with high temperatures getting into the mid-30s. I would say that the area of most concern today will actually be along the Blue Mountain foothills, as temperatures may stay below freezing there due to some cold air damming, and that could lead to some freezing rain concerns again through the course of this Thursday. Now, looking out in Yakima this morning, you can't really see much. We can see the lights out over the city though. It's 32 degrees right now, and again, I am aware that we have seen some light snow flurries already in the Yakima area. So looking at your weather headlines today, wintry precipitation chances are going to be in place this morning with snow and freezing rain. Many of us will see that transition to just regular rainfall later this morning. Some wintry precipitation chances will be maintained into the weekend, and then active weather does stick around for next week. We'll talk more about all three of these weather headlines coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Yakima. Fire investigators are still trying to figure out what caused the major fire at the LaSchwab Tire Center on South 1st Street Tuesday. The fire is now out and a shelter-in-place order was lifted. Authorities have confirmed it's now safe for everyone across the city. We also will provide updates as more information becomes available. Switching gears this morning, the city of Connell is still picking up the pieces since their second largest employer, Weston, suddenly left in October. KEPR's Charity Caldwell tells us what's happening now and what's to come for the city.
Weston in Connell abruptly closed down in early October, leaving nearly 400 people without a job. Now, a little over 2 months later, they applied for demolition permits to completely dismantle the main structure, along with its pump houses, utilities, and wastewater plants. The storage sheds will remain. But what's next? Connell is keeping their eyes open for new business opportunities.
We have had some interest of people, agricultural related industry coming here to replace what, Weston left us. Our goals here at the city is just really promoting the city, letting other industry know that we have the water, we have the power, we have everything in place that would help a new industry succeed here.
Mayor Barrow says they are in the beginning stages of getting new industry. It could take a couple of years depending on the size of the business. And to further help promote the city, they just received a $100,000 grant in collaboration with the Port of Pasco from the State Department of Commerce's Community Economic Revitalization Board.
We've still got projects going on. We have houses being built. The new grocery store is still underway. We have an Ace Hardware. So the town is still growing. Weston not being here is not going to end the city of Connell. We're still going to continue to thrive, and we'll have something to replace it with.
Reporting in Connell, Charity Caldwell, Action News.
Charity Caldwell, thank you. And Yakima County now has a budget for 2025. The commissioners unanimously voted to pass the budget and say the general fund reserve will stay at a minimum 11% of the overall general fund revenues. Commissioner Kyle Curtis says this is healthy for Yakima County and something they've maintained for at least the past 15 years.
As far as our 2025 budget, a lot of difficult decisions had to be made to make sure that it was a balanced budget and that we weren't having to go to the taxpayers asking for an increase in any sort of taxing limits. The county, we chose to implement the 1% levy that we're allowed to every year.
Curtis says the 1% levy is what they're able to increase on tax parcels each year. The official budget will be available for the public to view no later than January 31st. And a major expansion at the Children's Village is nearing completion, bringing new hope for families in the Yakima Valley. Celerity Credit Union gave a big boost to the project yesterday. KIMA's Anissa Williams tells us more.
Celerity Credit Union and Federal Home Loan Banks presented a $160,000 check to leaders from Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital in Children's Village. Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital has been working for 5 years on the expansion of Children's Village.
My hope is that we can continue to have families and children serviced here in our valley, not have to travel to Seattle to get services over in Seattle. So my hope is that even more services are available here for children and families in the valley.
The project includes new features like themed exam tables and maternal fetal medicine services. Infection prevention policies have also been updated as well, with negative pressure rooms allowing the clinic to see all patients. In the past, those with measles or chickenpox would have to be seen in the evening to avoid getting others sick. Laura Crooks, the CEO of Yakima Children's Village, said the expansion aims to reduce travel burdens for families who often face long trips to Seattle for care.
Our families can't afford to travel. It's 2.5 hours one way to Seattle Children's, about almost 3 or maybe a little more than 3 to Mary Bridge. And that's really hard for our families. We'll bring those specialists over here so that the family doesn't have to take a whole day off from work or the kid doesn't have to miss a whole day of school.
The Children's Village serves more than 6,500 children each year, yet nearly 1,000 children are still waiting for their turn to be treated.
This is my community, and these are my kids and your kids and all of our kids. And it's super exciting to see this happening, where we can just care for our families in a way that provides dignity and respect and opportunity, because if kids thrive, we all thrive.
The Children's Village will start seeing patients as of Monday, and the space will be fully complete by the 1st of next year. Reporting for Action News, I'm Anissa Williams.
KIMA's Anissa Williams, thank you. And the state of Washington has a new apple. Washington State University announced the name for its new apple Tuesday morning at the Northwest Horticulture Expo in Yakima. The apple is a cross between Honeycrisp and Crips Pink, previously known as WA 64. It will now be called Sunflare, as the name was picked from more than 15,000 responses to a public naming contest.
I'm really excited about this name. I think the connection that the name draws to the appearance of the apple, this yellow and orange and pink color that's quite unusual and quite distinctive. I think having the name reference the color is a really good move for us.
According to WSU, the apple combines the crisp and juicy aspects of the Honeycrisp with the firmness and flavor from Crips Pink, also known as Pink Lady. The Sunflower apples will hit store shelves in 2029 and will be a Washington exclusive and grown only in-state for a period of time. Jefferson, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. I've never thought a state would have like an exclusive food, you know what I mean? So that's kind of cool.
Well, Wazoo's already made up the Cosmic Crisp apple, which you can find in stores. So this is just another addition to their kind of lineage of apples.
The repertoire of apples.
Yes.
That's pretty sweet. I mean, isn't like apples one of their biggest exports here in the States? So
yeah.
it's pretty cool to see that new apples are being created, if you will.
Sure.
But let's jump right over to weather here, because some of this rain hopefully won't be freezing, but is that a possibility?
Rain and snow, wintry type precipitation early in the morning is going to primarily change to regular rainfall later in the day. It is going to be a cool day across the forecast area. High temperatures for most of us, or I should say for many of us, will be getting into the mid to upper 30s, but it is along the base of the Blue Mountains where temperatures will stay in the low 30s that I am a bit concerned that we could hold on to freezing rain concerns today. We will discuss that potential, I should say, coming up.